is very much alive.
You just killed a legend right there.
Somebody else just quoted Captain Ron the other day. Oh, Josh. Fuck, what was it?
Go ahead, swab.
So many quotables.
No, it was like a...
So many quotables.
It was a good one. It was kind of like one liner like that. Damn it.
Guess we'll make it a margarita.
Shit.
Capitan Ron, where is my auto?
Capitan Ron.
You hit a reef in your boat? Not my boat. My boss's boat.
That's such a great movie.
How's that water?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Non-boiled.
I can taste the dinoflagellants.
And both parasitic,
Living on the edge this afternoon.
fresh.
Better than Flint, Michigan. Wait, too soon?
No,
Too soon?
not soon enough.
That was rude.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
It's been a while. Yep.
Speaking of water, was it you that was telling me the other day that like we just repoed the water from Atlanta, and so we're gonna get oysters again soon?
I believe that's the case.
Theoretically?
I believe.
Wait, I heard something about oysters going back in.
Yeah, there's a petition
the bay.
and a bill before the Florida House or something that got passed last year. It apparently has to deal with the water rights through the river system that comes down through the Apalachicola. All that water apparently starts up near, or comes through Atlanta, and because of the because of the drought conditions that Atlanta's been experiencing the past 2 years and the rapid growth, they've been sucking out a bunch of water from the reservoir and using that, so there wasn't enough water trickling down through to actually sustain the oyster beds. And apparently, they were able to make a case that the water rights belong to the oysters, more or less. Of course, this could all be entirely untrue and based purely upon my speculation of things I think I've heard. So I encourage you to do the research for yourselves.
Well,
But apparently, when you were telling me something else,
Solid
happened
statement and
positive for the oysters.
anti-statement.
yeah, I saw that. This is also mostly made up from my spotty recollection. So I believe from either the
Is that a new
state
name for the podcast?
or
Spotty
federal
recollection?
government, there's a $20 million grant or endowment or something to
Restore.
save the mollusks.
That's good. Well, and with it, like 3 towns.
Right. Yeah.
Because there ain't nothing happening in Apalachicola when they, like, Boss Oyster
The
shut
only
down.
industry
Yeah.
they had left after, like God smited the entire Forgotten Coast.
Yeah.
The Forgotten Coast.
But just I don't know what that means. Surely there's a timetable.
Yeah, I wouldn't
5 to
imagine
10
like
years. We might have
the
more
cases are rolling out tomorrow. But
oysters. No. The oysters this year, I feel like have been crappy.
Yeah, not.
There was a week where nobody had oysters.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
The Great Scare 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, it was for a solid
it was
2 days.
It was like a week before Oyster Fest.
It was crazy. Yeah, I remember
That was
that. Yeah.
good timing.
It was wild.
They
Well,
told
we
me at
actually-
Goat Feathers we had a party.
People were freaking.
Yeah.
We had a party and we were supposed to do half shell oysters, and I called my buddy the chef at Chunk Gully and said, "Hey man, you save me a case of oysters when you get one tomorrow?" And he said, "Yeah." And then he called me up and said, "Dude, no oysters." And I thought he was screwing with me.
No ways, bro.
So I went to Goat Feathers. I'm like, surely I can get oysters from them. And they said they ordered 50 cases and 2 showed up.
Yeah, we had to send ours back.
Because they were
Not good.
not really.
Yeah, they were just small and nasty.
That's not cool.
And then
I heard it had something to do with the drought.
We had 2 or 3.
That might have been just a Sidroni.
We had 2 or 3
lie.
tables that came in. Said, "This is the second or third place we've gone. Like nobody's got oysters." Yeah, that was the scariest Wednesday I've ever lived.
These
Man,
people don't like not getting their oysters and champagne.
can we move on? I'd like to read about that.
No more of the great oyster.
Feeling
shares
very
on the
verklempt.
end. Verklempt.
Hey,
Do you need a minute?
okay, I'm good.
All right.
Onward and upward.
Onward.
So,
Who wants this one?
scallops.
Not me.
Never gone scalloping. I've always
No?
wanted to.
It's a great time. Over to St. Joe Bay. You just scoop them up with a little butterfly net. It's great.
There's lipstick on every square inch of this kid. Oh, not here.
Not there. Nice. Nice buttery Chardonnay for your afternoon.
What do we say to him?
Bless you. That's too many. Stop it, please.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah. We gave
Bees and disease to you, too.
We gave you 2. You took the third.
Bees and disease. What?
Bumblebee tuna.
Your balls are showing.
What's the whipped cream for? It's for my balls.
It's for my balls.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
Well, folks, here we are on the Still Misbehaving Tour 2019.
And the dumbest memes of the year, like this whole I'm gonna tell my kids this was thing, which I don't understand where it came from or what it means.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from, but I think it's kind of funny.
It's like it cracks me up, especially like the one I saw the other day. There was a picture of Finkel, and it said, "I'm going to tell my kids this was Einhorn," and I laughed.
So what's funny was I assumed, there was an afternoon. I remember I was taking just a perfect bowel movement, and I was on my phone.
I remember I wrote it in my diary.
Yeah.
Something great happened today.
And in the span of like a 5-minute scroll, I saw 3 different memes that I'm gonna tell my kids so and so and so and so. And I came back into the kitchen and I said, you know what I really like about the internet these days is you can see a thing and not know what happened, but basically know what happened. And I know within the next couple days I'm gonna get the whole story because of everybody's doing this now, like the Epstein thing. But then I never found
he
out
didn't kill
where it
himself.
started.
Yeah, there's no
I assumed it was.
Genesis story
I assumed that like most things on the internet these days, it started with Trump saying something stupid, but that I can neither confirm nor deny.
Most of them.
there. It seems that this one might not be that though.
But it's like comedy gold. Like, it's just so funny. No one's really
But it
taking
is
any.
weird.
I don't think
once we
anything's taken
latch
any.
on to.
I don't think anybody's taking anything seriously anymore.
Except for everything.
Yeah, except for everything.
Except for everything. The only thing they take seriously is everything. And
That
they
is
take
a
it too
great point.
seriously.
Yeah. I feel like it might be coming to. Might be washing away slowly.
Could be. Like, you told me yesterday Bill Maher's did a recent thing where he was
Yeah.
calling out snowflakes for being too snowflakey.
Yeah.
Like stop being such a bunch of pussies and and stop
Well,
being so
yeah, a lot of
offended,
people fucking
like,
say that. But
That's very much,
But to hear
very much
coming from-
paraphrased. But yeah, from one
Bill
of the
Maher, yeah,
the liberal
yeah.
standard bearers was like, yeah, you know what? Trump's a nutcase and we need to get rid of him.
well, he's a hard ass, and he always has been.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise that coming from him.
But I like the direction he's pushing, where he was like, if you think that it's bigoted to not want a 7-year-old to have gender reassignment therapy, or that it's totally okay that all of the winners of the high school individual sports in Texas this year are biologically male in the women's category.
Oh, yeah, no, that-
you're being equally
that
as
shit is
ridiculous,
so
and
funny.
Your judgment can't be trusted.
Yeah. I identify as a whatever, and these dudes are just blowing these chicks out of the water.
Did you see the South Park, the board games?
I'm behind on South Park, but I can just imagine what they've been putting
as
out
they
there.
always do.
I
Pretty much
can
nailed it.
just imagine what they've been putting out.
It was basically, it looked like Randy Savage was.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm coming for you, brother. Wait, that was Hulk
Women's
Hogan.
high jump.
Women's high
But no, I've seen a lot of those stories that.
At the same time,
Yeah.
don't you have to be kind of pathetic to want to claim it to be a woman so that you can win something? Isn't that like a...
Or I would
I
possibly
feel like
also.
some of these people are just trying to prove a point and how ridiculous the whole thing is.
I don't think there's high school students out there making a political point by trying to win something.
I mean, certainly
Not from Texas.
Not from Texas.
Not from Texas. They're not smart enough.
But my corollary,
Greta
I guess,
Thunberg.
question would be, if you are biologically male and completely just dominated, say, the Texas D1 high school women's wrestling circuit, how positive can you really feel about yourself?
Right.
Right.
What exactly is it that you're gleaning from this experience?
Exactly. What are you getting from that?
Smartest kid with Down syndrome. We can edit that out. We can edit that out.
No, I'm not editing this one. I'll edit the video.
Hey, here's another thing, as long as we're on the current events category.
I'm just going to post on YouTube.
Just get out there, see what happens.
What were you saying last time? Was it Dateline or Nightline or ABC, NBC? Some
Date rape or something.
Date rape. That's, wow, nice segue. Apparently, the pious diddling of children is alive and well in the Diocese of Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I was...
The Diddleys.
The
The Diddleys, yeah.
Like Buffalo, New York.
Should be its own award ceremony.
Like, they're so bad at everything.
Who did you diddle this year?
That's right.
The Diddlers.
The award for the sketchy citizen goes to...
Has a jingle and a trophy with one finger, you know?
and when confronted with it, like the bishops argument at one point was, well, I haven't had any calls from Rome, so I guess everything's okay. What?
Nailed
what?
Nailed it.
Rome, which has
some scat jazz, because that's appropriate.
for
Scat, jazz.
literally centuries now.
Did you hear scat
Big fan
jazz?
of the diddling of small children.
Some might say it built a religion around it.
Some might say.
Others might say.
We got to that conversation by a little headline I tripped over, which said that the Catholic Church has been caught using charitable donations to make its budget shortfalls, which is, not a altogether very entertaining headline until he pointed out that
Isn't all their money charitable donations?
what money does the Catholic Church have that's not a charitable donation?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
I would think it would only be the interest that they're earning on the hundreds of bajillion dollars that they have.
That's an actual
Well,
trillion. It's a big one. It's a lot.
Well, what's bigger than trillion?
Quadrillion. And then quintillion.
Pagatrillion?
Whatever
Whatever you said.
I don't know, but whatever it is, that's what the church has.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
I think their fortune is estimated at it's like $5 quadrillion.
It's insane.
It's
In a tiny little city, inside another city. But it's a country.
It's
It's a country. It's a city. Inside a city. Inside a country. It's fucking weird shit.
one more time.
Some fucking weird shit.
the original Inception.
City, from the country, from the city, from the country. Weird shit.
It's Vatican City, but it's a country. And it's inside a city, which is inside another country. But it's just a city, but it's also a country.
Fun factoid, there's actually 3 of those.
Oh, yeah?
There's Vatican, there's the corporate city of London, where all of the money in the world is managed, including the money from the
Corporate city
Vatican.
of London?
Corporate city of London is
that like a
its
city
own
inside
city
of London? It's like the
inside
downtown
of the
area?
City,
It's
they got their own police force.
They have a mayor? How does that work?
I believe they have a what's that guy's name? The
Bouncer?
Chancellor of the Exchequer.
That sounds sufficiently weird.
The what is
And then,
that?
of course,
Sounds
there's
British as fuck.
Washington, D.C.
But it's not a country.
No, but it behaves like one.
Erratic and...
Nice, I like that one. It's a good name. Drinking wine now.
I want some wine. Is there another one like
Luxembourg?
like Montenegro?
Luxembourg is weird. What is their deal?
Those Those cheeky Luxembourgians.
I'm serious. I don't know anything about it.
Luxemburgers, that must be
Luxembourg.
it.
Hey,
Luxemburgers.
that's where we got White
Check out-
Castle
Is that
from.
the?